Hello and welcome to Logan Rando Aquascaping. My name is Logan and I'm here to wish you guys a really happy holiday. So today, because it's the holiday season, I have my holiday special and I'm gonna give you guys 5 awesome gifts for the Aquascaper in your life. And it could even be for yourself if you decide you want to treat yourself this holiday season. So these are 5 different items that I feel would be an amazing gift for an Aquascaper of really any level. Oftentimes when somebody is really deep into a hobby, it can be difficult to shop for them because, you know, they're probably buying themselves everything they need if they're really into the hobby. And also you may not be as knowledgeable about what's good on the market versus, you know, what's really not worth the money. So these are 5 different items that I think are going to be a really good choice for an Aquascaper of pretty much any level of seriousness and skill. So let's dive right into the list. Coming in at number 1 is the AQUARIO Neo Diffuser. So you've probably heard of the brand before. AQUARIO is famous for introducing really great acrylic alternatives into the plant-to-tank hobby. So for many years, a lot of us used glass equipment, and we continue to use glass equipment, and it looks absolutely beautiful and it's crystal clear, but it breaks really easily and it's really delicate when you're cleaning it, which you have to do every few weeks. So several years back, AQUARIO introduced an acrylic diffuser that is totally transparent and nearly unbreakable. And every year they seem to innovate on the design, and now it is tinier than ever. When I first got into the hobby, the only diffusers available to me were the white ceramic discs and the glass, and they were kind of large and bulky, but still really cool. Then when I saw AQUARIO's, I was like, wow, this is so much smaller than anything I have. And now I have the AQUARIO Tiny Diffuser, which is so small. So unless you're using an inline diffuser, you cannot beat how small and compact and minimalistic these AQUARIO diffusers are. And they create really tiny bubbles that spread all around the tank. So they're my personal favorite diffuser in the hobby. And no matter how many tanks you have, you can never have too many diffusers lying around, because even if you have some extra, when it comes time to clean one, you toss the other one in some bleach or hydrogen peroxide to soak, and you don't have to wait for it to clean. You can just toss the extra right into your tanks. So that's number 1, the AQUARIO Neo Diffuser. Coming in at number 2 are aquascaping tools. So when I first got into this hobby about 6 years ago, I learned very quickly that I would need, you know, decent aquascaping tools in order to plant and to trim. So it's probably one of the first purchases every aquascaper makes. And if you're anything like me, you know, with all the money you're spending on filtration and plants and substrate, you cheap out on the tools. You go on Amazon, you know, you get a 5-in-1 set for 30 bucks, and pretty soon you realize why they were so cheap. So it makes a huge difference to have quality tools, especially tweezers and especially really good scissors. So I would recommend, if you're on a little bit of a budget and you don't want to spend too much, just getting the Aquascaper in your life, one really good pair of tweezers for planting. So depending on what brand you go with, a really good pair of aquascaping tweezers can run anywhere from like $30 to $100. More towards the 100 if you go for the ADA brand, but UNS, Ultimate Nature Systems, they make really good tools. There's some other brands that make really good tools. So a full set of all the tools is like an amazing gift, but might get a little pricey. But if you were gonna just go with 1 or 2 and keep it on a budget, I would say number 1, get the tweezers, get really good straight tweezers. And if you wanna get a second, get really good wave scissors. So that might run you around 60 bucks, a little bit more if you go ADA, but I think those are 2 amazing options that any aquascaper would be really happy to have. Coming in at number 3 is a smart power strip. So years back, I used to get really frustrated with how many mechanical timers I would need. They take up a huge amount of space in your power strip. They're clunky, sometimes they fail. It was kind of the bane of my existence. And then my good friend Yuri's introduced me to smart power plugs. So these are voice activated, you can set timers on them, they're not as clunky, they don't fail as often, and those totally changed the game for me. And then I discovered smart power strips. So these are even better than the smart plugs. This is an entire strip where each socket can be individually controlled via your voice or an app, and each socket can also be set up with a unique schedule. So in aquascaping, you know, we usually have our lights on a timer, the CO2 on a timer. So these things are godsend because you can individually program each socket, and it further reduces cable clutter. And if you're like me, cable clutter is just the bane of your existence. I can't stand it. So by getting a smart power strip, you further eliminate that and make the whole design of your cabinet and tank that much more sleek. Coming in at number 4 are the AQUARIO Neo Flow pipes. So it's no surprise that AQUARIO is on this list twice. They just make really awesome, innovative products that are also really affordable, so I had to throw their take at the lily pipes on my list. When these came out, people went crazy. They were hard to find in the beginning, but pretty much you can get them everywhere now. Maybe not so much at your local fish store, but websites like Boost Plant, Aquaforest Aquarium, Glass Aqua, they all carry them, and man, these things are awesome. They are a game changer. They're modular, so depending on what kind of scape you have, you can adjust the flow, you can add a skimmer, you can reduce the flow by adding sort of a spin pipe, you can cut them if they're too long. They're fully acrylic, so they're super transparent, they clean well with bleach, and they're nearly impossible to break. So I really have nothing but good things to say about these. If you can get your hands on them, I think the Aquascaper in your life will be absolutely thrilled. They come in different sizes, so I can't recommend them enough. If you're afraid of breaking beautiful, expensive glass lily pipes, these will give you some peace of mind and look absolutely gorgeous in your tank. And finally, coming in at number 5 is the O&F Flat Nano. So when O&F released this light, I was just blown away by how beautiful and sleek it was. And it originally came on a stand, but shortly after that, they innovated, removed the stand. You can still buy the stand separately, but now it just has a little clip that you can attach to pretty much anything, including like a houseplant or a wabikusa or a terrarium. So I think these lights are really a no-brainer, and they're constantly on sale. Throughout the holiday season, you'll find them anywhere from 10 to 20% off on most websites. So most of the time you can get the original O&F Flat Nano for about $100. So I think it's just an amazing gift. You really can never have too many of these. I have 2 of them, and I wouldn't mind a 3rd or 4th, to be honest, because I want to create a wabikusa soon, and I want to create a terrarium, and these lights are just perfect because the height is adjustable, they're dimmable, and in my humble opinion, I think they pack the biggest punch for their size and their price point in the entire hobby when it comes to lighting. They're extremely powerful. You can get really bright reds with them, but if you have something that's really low tech, you can dim the lighting way down and you won't have to worry about algae. So these are absolutely fantastic. They come in a variety of colors, and I just think they're super beautiful and sleek, and they just work. And if you want to spend a little bit more money, for an additional 30 to 50 bucks, you can get the second iteration, the O&F Flat Nano Plus. That one has an app, it's Bluetooth controllable. You can customize the color spectrum, so you could change the color temperature of the light and, you know, really put an emphasis on the reds or the greens or the blues, depending on the type of vibe you like. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope this list is helpful, and if there's somebody who is shopping for you and you're an aquascaper and they don't know what to get you, just go ahead and show them this video. Let them know you came across it on YouTube and there's some cool items on there, and you know, they could pick something from it. Sometimes people can use a little bit of help when they're shopping for a hobbyist, so I hope this video serves that purpose. But I look forward to seeing you guys in the next few videos. I've got a ton of exciting builds coming, and we're gonna be hardscaping and planting, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So happy holidays, best to you and your family. Thank you so much for joining me on the channel, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.